Welcome to my studio. Stand by for some art news and an important message. Many of you watching this no doubt saw my Facebook post a few days ago, talking about how I was closing for commissions because I had overextended myself. I wanted to clarify for you why that is and why that is not. As everyone is fully aware, the past 3 years have been rough. Artists such as myself are no exception. Juried art competitions shut down for almost 2 years. Juried shows normally provide cash prizes that bolster income for the winners. I averaged winning 2 to 3 a year, and those were absent for a while. Commissions dwindled as the pandemic affected the military, with PCS transfers being halted or postponed, and everyone tightening their belts for the situation. Ordering art was not necessarily on the top of the priority list for anybody. Coinciding with that, the cost of living has skyrocketed. Then as we came out of the pandemic, people in command started ordering again. And I had to take every commission I could just to pay off back bills. Normally I keep the number of private commissions I take in a given year down to a predetermined number. But commissions for official military ceremonies like changes of command and retirement are commissions I don't normally turn down. My reasoning is that this tends to be how word gets out about me throughout the fleet. Saying no to a change of command commission could negatively impact the reputation in the fleet that I've spent a couple years building up. Don't want to do that. This year, I was honored to take 2 very challenging artist residencies. They were both once-in-a-lifetime opportunities to enhance my skill and grow as an artist. While these did provide me with much-needed inspiration and growth to my artwork, what they didn't do was pay bills. In order to pay bills, I had to keep taking commissions. My second residency, I had a GoFundMe, and thanks to many of you, that was a big help. I also had a very generous grant from the California Arts Council and Yuba Sutter Arts and Culture. Unfortunately, this was counterweighted by the absolute madness that is the spiking cost of living in California and all over the nation. Travel costs, costs of charts, and notably costs of shipping has gone up tremendously, and in some cases doubled. And yet through all of this, my prices have remained relatively low. When I first started doing this in 2013, I was doing them for about $200 for an 18 by 24 chart. An 18 by 24 chart drawing today, by comparison, is $275. I'm not one to brag on my own abilities. I'm not here to try to force my worth on anybody, but I think it's important that everybody understands that I don't charge even near what I should. Not even in the same ballpark, really. When all is said and done, I'm not even breaking minimum wage. Today a chart drawing, depending on size, ranges between $225 to $475. They take me anywhere from 75 to 200 hours to complete, depending on the complexity. Monetarily, they cost me about $100 to $250 in supplies and in shipping and in charts. So I'm definitely not getting rich off of these. But I knew that going into it, and staying solvent was good enough for me. Well, why would you do that? Cries the Greek chorus. Well, I'll tell you. For changes of command, Wardrooms are very restricted on how much they can spend on a CO's departure gift. I purposely stay in those parameters to ensure that they can afford it. And then for other work, the fact that everyone buying my work or commissioning me to draw or paint something, for them is most likely a veteran or an active duty person. And these people are not rich, but they've earned my work through sacrifice and fraternity of service. So to this point, my business model has been one of just breaking even. And that was okay, because I'm retired and I'm disabled and I have a monthly income. But that income no longer is enough. Cost of living is too high. Commissions are no longer paying for themselves, and it hasn't really paid for itself in almost 3 years. But right now, the commissions I accept today, I'm taking the loss on. In the meantime, I just keep falling further and further behind. In 7 years of doing this professionally, I have never, ever dropped a hard deadline. This month I missed 2. Last month I made 2 mistakes that required the customer to return their artwork so I could correct it, which I did, but these were stupid mistakes that come from lack of sleep, overwork, and my own issues that I deal with on a daily basis, which just clouded my attention to detail. Then there's the other factor, my Sleeping Giants project, which many of you have supported in various ways. Last year, I received a very generous grant from the California Arts Council and the Yuba Sutter Arts and Culture. This helped me stay afloat while I completed some portraits of Pearl Harbor survivors. Well, this year I don't have that going for me. And like I mentioned, and as you are all acutely aware, the cost of living is through the roof at the moment. I've been taking on far more commissions than I can keep up with, just to try to break even. This has caused me to let my Pearl Harbor project slip to the back seat. I need to put this back up in the front, because these heroes of World War II are dying, and I wanted this done so that they could see it. More on that in a moment. First, I want to ease some concerns that have been communicated to me. And I want to let everybody know what is not the cause of this development. As everyone watching this knows, 99% of this channel is building cocktails, telling sea stories, talking about art, talking about friends, etc., etc. All while having a tot. It's basically a good time escapism channel. It is important to note that these videos are an act. Method acting, sure. The stories I tell are all true, embellished sometimes, maybe. The opinions I give are all valid. You may not like them, but they are my opinions. But if I have given the impression that all I'm doing out here is drinking or what have you, bear in mind that Before the Mast is a show for entertainment. My entertainment just as much as yours. It helps me escape the constant grueling schedule that I have, even if it's just for a few minutes. And while it might be fun to drink entire bottles of rum in one day, this is not how I operate. Believe me, I can't afford a bottle of rum a day. Not even cheap rum, like zero or something. What you watch in Before the Mast is the product of about 8 hours of my week. 2 hours of writing, 3 hours of editing, and 2 to 3 hours of recording, which are all done after I've done my work for the day. It's a way to relax and do something creative without staring at navigational charts. Not that that's not fun, but being an artist is work. Sure, I'm not out here sweating my ass off roofing or doing a physically demanding, uncomfortable job. No. But it is challenging, with a very hard schedule. I tell you this as a former infantryman and bosun mate. Self-employment and working at home is in some ways more stressful than working for someone else somewhere else. For the fact that you never leave work. You're always at work. You are basically always at work. I get up in the morning and I go right to the drawing table. I'm at this table until well past 10 p.m. And some may wonder why I'm posting pictures of drinks and not art. And there's a simple explanation to that. I have been overwhelmingly busy with change of command charts and retirement charts. These are things that I cannot show on social media until I'm given the okay. So although I'm working 12-hour days, it's not anything that I can show you or that I can share with you. But I promise a dram or two after 8 p.m. is not the reason I've run myself into the dirt. I think I've just steamed ahead too fast, too long, and I hit a shoal. I'm trying to pump the water out and keep from foundering. So, I need to step back for a little bit and try to come up with a better plan that will benefit my family and me. So I will only be accepting commissions for changes of command or retirements. I will only accept 2 commissions a month until further notice. I'm doing this as a compromise to keep my name on the waterfront while still trying to take a moment. I also want to bring Sleeping Giants Pearl Harbor survivors then and now back into the spotlight. I am thinking of starting a Kickstarter to make this happen, because otherwise I don't think I can keep it up while surviving the cost of breathing around here. I have to juggle the idea that this is a work of love for Pearl Harbor survivors. I'm not doing it for profit, but I have to somehow make it at least self-sustaining. I'll be expounding on that in a future video coming out soon. But hopefully by the end of the year you'll start seeing progress with Pearl Harbor. But I just wanted to get these points across for this video. 1. I have overworked myself and I can no longer keep up this pace. 2. If you have paid for art to be done, it absolutely will be done. It will get completed. The goal right now is to have all outstanding work finished by Christmas. 3. I am no longer accepting any new private commissions. If you're a member of a wardroom or a CPO mess, etc., I am still accepting changes of command and departure gifts and retirement commissions. But again, 2 per month, first come, first serve. 4. I need to concentrate on my Pearl Harbor survivors and the commissions I have that are outstanding. Oh, and none of this is an alcohol-related incident. So for those of you who have been worried that that is the cause, please stop worrying. Give me just a little bit of credit here. Thank you all for understanding. And if you're waiting, thank you for being patient. And thank you for the support. This one's done. On to the next.
Oh, blow the man down, bullies, blow the man down.
To me way, blow the man down.
Blow the some time to blow the man down. We would open a bar on the 13th of May. Way, blow the man down. The caliber jumped and the gale came away. Give me some time to blow the man down. As I was a-walking down Paradise Street, blow the man down. A saucy young damsel I happened to meet. Give me some time to blow the man down. I says to her, Pallion, how do you do? To me way, blow the man down. Says she, none the better for seeing of you. Give me some time to blow the man down. Oh, sailors is tinkers and tailors is meant to be way, blow the man down. And we're all of us coming to see you again. Oh, give me some time to blow the man down. So we'll blow the man Tubman, we'll blow the man down. To be way, blow the man down. We'll blow him away into Liverpool town. Give me some time to blow the man down. Give me some time to blow the man down. Give me time. Give me time.